Greetings, gamer guys and gals. I'm Zeake, welcoming you to the 12th part of my Let's Play Fire Emblem Path of Radiance. Let's jump right in. Chapter 11, Blood Runs Red. Port Toha. Well, we're here. Welcome to Toha, Crimea's westernmost port city. What's with this place? The people are going about their business. Why aren't they worried about Dayan, about the war? It's because this area is fairly isolated. Dayan's army hasn't come this far, and so life goes on as before. Dayan's plan is to seize the capital, then slowly and steadily expand its sphere of influence until it controls everything. Surely these people have some idea of what's happening. Ignorance is a form of bliss, is it not? These people don't know what it's like to lose a war. They don't want to know. Crimea as a nation has always been blessed by peace. Perhaps this is due to the temperament of its rulers, but the country hasn't seen serious warfare for centuries. While minor skirmishes with the Kingdom of Dayan have been legion, only the eastern borderlands have taken damage. And yet even I know this, peace will not last. When we met Dayan forces on our scouting mission, they attacked us merely for being within the Crimean border. Humans are shameless creatures that carelessly ignore any misfortune which does not befall them directly. They can, and often do, turn a blind eye to all manner of wickedness so long as it does not touch them or their kin. They will bow their heads, condemning those victims for bringing calamity upon themselves. And then they will cast their eyes toward heaven in thanks while their neighbors lay dying around them. But the war is happening here. This is their home, not someone else's. When the Dayan army darkens their doorsteps, perhaps they will understand. When the peace they take for granted is shattered, and their sons and daughters slaughtered in the streets, perhaps then will they comprehend the misfortunes they so long pretended not to see. I have no sympathy for them. My goodness! The nastier the truth, the blunter he gets. Quite a delightful staff officer you have there. He has an undeniable streak of severity in him, but this? Something's bothering him, that's for sure. It's to be expected. Even I'm a bit shocked by this place. Can they truly be as placid as they appear? Soren's a very empathetic young man. The emotions of this place may have proven to be too much for him. Ignoring impending doom because you cannot prevent it. Fatalism is by nature a disheartening beast. Well, for all those born with nothing, there are those born with everything. Perhaps those who never notice the difference are the ones who we should envy. What's that supposed to mean? Huh? Oh, I was talking to myself. Pay me no mind. Now then, I've got to see a man about a ship. While I'm gone, why don't you get your supplies squared away? I'm sure that the journey ahead will require a lot of packing. Randolph, I'll go with you. No, that's all right. You should supervise the supply acquisition. You're going to be at sea for months, you know. I know, but... What is it, Titania? She's worried about me. She doesn't want to leave a solitary Leguse wandering around at Bjork City. But I thought Crimea and Gallia were allied nations. Why would a wandering Leguse be cause for concern? Well, it shouldn't be, but... Do you remember what King Kanagas told you? The friendship between Crimea and Gallia exists only between the ruling classes. It hasn't taken root in the midst of the common citizenry at all. That being said, things have improved quite a bit since King Raymond ascended to the throne. The reports of hunts and such other horrors have all but disappeared. Oh, don't worry, I'll be fine. I've got connections, see? It's not like I'll be roaming the docks, begging for passage. All right then, the job is yours. Please be careful. You too. Don't mess anything up. Ike, here's a summary of our last battle. Earned 2,255 gold. We're spending a bit more than we're earning right now, but that's okay. A whole load of bonus EXP, and Ike was our MVP, not surprised. He did, after all, defeat Donamil, and our new ally of Volk. I don't think that Fallen is ever going to be used here. There were no casualties, and no one suffered permanent injury. We fought excellently. That's all I have to report, if you'll excuse me. Alright, back to base. Hey there, traveler. Do you have everything you need? If you stop by my humble shop, you'll find the best deals in town. What do you say? Interested? Yeah, that sounds great. Listen, can I ask you a question? No problem. You can ask me anything, especially if it's about my low prices. What do the townspeople think of Dan? You knew that they were coming. Didn't anyone think to flee Crimea? Flee? Don't be absurd. But Crimea lost the war. Yeah, I know, and honestly, that doesn't really affect us common folk, you know? The truth is, we don't care who sits on the throne. To us, they're all just faceless beings who rule from on high. If they tried to raise taxes or something, you better believe we'd protest, but otherwise, I mean, take the King of Dan. He's just another man, right? If we keep working, he can keep living the high life. So it's not like he's going to treat us poorly or anything. Oh, buddy, how wrong you are, especially in real life. As long as we can live our lives and have a little happiness, we aren't going to worry about it all that much. Oh, but if we were invaded by Gallia, well, that's a different story altogether. If our country were overrun by those savage beasts, who knows what could happen? Now that scares me. What the? Hey, wait, come back. What about my low prices? Now what was all that about? Pardon me, buddy. I haven't seen you around town before. You a traveling mercenary? Yes, I suppose you could say that. Nice sword. You look like a man who knows his business. If you're looking for work, I have a proposition for you. A proposition? I run a vigilante group that helps keep our fair town safe. A strong man like you would be most welcome. Thanks, but I've got something lined up. Oh, really? That's too bad. Heading out to sea? Maybe. Ha ha! Cautious to the end. I like that. Well, just in case you are, I want you to have this. What's this? It's a special sword. It'll come in handy if you ever find yourself at sea. Not that you would. Har har. Really, you're giving me a sword? Are you sure? Well, there is one condition. Once you've finished your job, you come back and see me. I'd like you to reconsider that vigilante position. Understood. Thanks again for the blade. You got a Legu's Slayer. And it will come in handy soon. Princess? My Lord Ike. Why are you here all by yourself? That's not very safe. I was looking at the town. I'm unfamiliar with the world outside the Imperial Villa where I was raised. This is the first time I've been able to see how other people live. Everything is so new and different to my eyes. This is a town, isn't it? There's so much energy and everyone seems to be enjoying themselves. With all the boats coming in and out of the harbor, this town's livelier than most, that's for sure. It's like nothing has happened. All the death and destruction we've seen feels like a horrible dream. It does, doesn't it? Alright, Ike can already go up to B rank with Oscar. How's it going, Ike? Oh, hey, Oscar, I'm fine. Actually, I'm kind of worried about something. Can I help? Well, I was trying to figure out how we should fight the Legu's bird tribes. That's odd, I was just thinking about the same thing. When they turn into their true selves, we are forced into a kind of battle that is difficult for us. You're right about that. The Legu's are so strong. I've even seen them shatter boulders with a single blow. I feel like our weak points are so visible as a lit torch for the bird tribes. What's more, my sword is useless if they take to the sky. My advice is to keep engaging them. The more we fight, the more we learn. Of course, it won't be that easy. No, but I'm sure we can do it. That's a good idea. Thanks. Well, sure. You're pretty amazing, Ike. You know that? Hey, come on now. You're the guy with all the experience and talent. Everything I have accomplished comes from hard work and patience. You're the son of Commander Grail. You have natural talent. I'd follow you anywhere. Oh, wow. Thanks, Oscar. Alright, I don't think... Yeah, we don't have any more supports quite yet. Interesting thing about the support system in this game, it's actually my favorite iteration of the support system. You do not have to be close to people, you do not have to be buddied up. You could have a flyer support people who aren't flying and are far away from one another. All you have to do is field units per chapter. And there's a specific number of chapters that they have to reach in order to go up a tier in their support conversation. Ike and Oscar have a pretty quick support conversation, whereas Ike and Titania have a very slow one. I do not intend on giving Ike and Titania any supports because Titania has 2 other support partners, let's just say that. Okay, so we do have Counter, but I'm selling it. And we do have Volk, and I'm giving him bonus EXP. To the tune of... we'll find out, actually. He is one of a few units in this game that I personally love giving bonus EXP to. There's a couple coming much later in the run that I could very well give bonus EXP to as well, but it really depends. It depends on how I feel, if I'm going to use them or not. I haven't fully decided who is going to be the endgame party right yet. But Volk, I'm definitely going to use him. I actually have a couple of strategies that kind of depend on him being at 20 speed before he promotes, which I don't think on fixed mode he can actually get without modifying his growth rates. I think he goes to 19, which is unfortunate. I definitely don't want to use a speed wing on him at 19, and if I can avoid it, I'll avoid it. So we'll have to see about that right now. Yeah, so he's most likely not going to get 4 more levels of speed in this time. Pretty sure he gets to 18 or 19. I won't be using Volk for very much combat, at least until he promotes, so it's kind of more beneficial for me to give him this bonus EXP so that he has it and has a few extra levels before, you know, he does promote, because he's not going to be gaining virtually any combat EXP until then. So we might as well cap him out. Yeah, he's at 19 speed. So it is probably... I'm going to have to check out whether or not he can actually do that strategy that I'm wanting him to do. And if he can, then I'll most likely have to give him the speed wing. Otherwise, it's just not going to be useful at all. I'll just leave him at what he's at. We can give Mist a few more levels before we promote her, since we do have the Master Seal, and that is what we need to promote folks in this game early. You can only promote a unit early once they reach level 10 of their first class, or higher. Mist, again, is one of those units who really benefits from early promotion as soon as possible, and I think this is more than worthwhile. I also think her stats are pretty decent at this current time. Marsha, however, she needs a little bit of bonus EXP in order to catch up with the rest of our units here. So we're going to go ahead and give her the rest of this bonus EXP. Put her close to a level. And then we're going to trade Mist. Titania would love to have another axe. And promotion time. And she gets a horse. She is the only horse-mounted healer you get in this entire game. So for that, she's very well worth it. I don't really particularly like the weapon class that they give you for her. She gets D rank in swords. And she also gets C rank in staves. She gets a massive +2 to her staves. From E to C, that's awesome. She can already use the ward and other things of that nature. So what we're going to go ahead and do is we're going to actually forge her a pretty decent sword. I think we're going to have to go with steel if we want her to have any kind of might. I also don't want her to be doubled, so we'll go ahead and forge a little bit of less weight on it. And we're going to call this David. Alright, I think blue would be perfect for that. A nice royal regal blue. Alright, so aside from that, now Rise can go ahead and keep his heal staff. But what I think we're going to do is also go ahead and grab the restore staff. And I think that should be good for them. Both Rise and Mist. Alright, concerning weapons, equipment. I think we're pretty well set. We do have a couple of things to sell, I believe. It is likely that we are never going to use the Bjork Guard whatsoever, so let's just go ahead and toss that. The counter scroll can disappear from our inventory. I think that's fair. We're finished. Port Toha, yet again. We should be leaving, but looks like everyone's going to be a while yet. My Lord Ike, are you ready to go? Me? As long as I've got my sword, I'm always ready. A sword? That's it? If I've got my cape, I can sleep just about anywhere. And as for food, well, something always turns up. That's delightful. It is? Yes, very much so. Tee-hee-hee. Princesses. I don't think I'll ever understand them. Ike, I think you should probably replace that word there with women. Princesses. I don't think I'll ever understand them. Ike, I think you should probably replace that word there with women. Not princesses, women. What's going on? Why all the excitement? My Lord Ike, there's a crowd gathering at the town entrance. That's... Attention, citizens. We've received reports of Crimean army stragglers hiding in this town. From this point forth, the Daean army will blockade all points of entry. No one comes or goes without our leave. The harbor is also closed. No ships will be allowed to sail. Ike, Dan troops have... Oh, I know. All we can do is move toward the docks and try not to be discovered. Have you seen Ranoff? Not yet. Wait, here he comes now. Ranoff, over here. Ho! Things sure are heating up, aren't they? How are things on your end? Everything's set. All you need to do is sneak down to the harbor. You'll be met there by a man with a dusky pallor. His name is Nazir. Nazir is a man you can trust. I've explained your situation to him and he's willing to help. If you can reach his ship safely, he'll take care of everything and deliver you to Begnion. Ranoff, aren't you coming too? I was planning on it, but Dan's movements have concerned me. I'll stay behind and see what's going on. Oh, I'm sorry. I wasn't watching where I was going. No, pardon me. Ah, eek! Subhuman! Blast. It's true. A subhuman. How dare you come prowling around here? Beast, you stinking subhumans need to learn your place. Humans at towns are too good for you. Ew, it's so hairy. Go on, scat. Dang. Mordecai. Ike, we must leave. What? No, we have to help Ranoff. All of this noise will attract the attention of the Dayan troops. That's why we have to hurry and help. He'll be fine, leave him. Ranoff is strong, even stronger than me. It's all right. Ranoff has no intention of defending himself. Look, he's not even changing forms. I can't just stand by and watch as he gets murdered. Ike, wait. Idiot human. Stop, get out of my way. Keep your hands off him. Who do you think you are? Why would a human want to protect some subhuman? He's a friend to this monster. I saw them talking earlier. What's that to you? Hey, the Crimean royals had subhuman companions, didn't they? Maybe you're one of those army guys the Dayan troops are searching for. You there, Dayan soldier, ho! There are some suspicious folk over here. Huh? That way, hurry. Are you mad? Your king was murdered by Dayan. And now you're going to cooperate with them? Well, I heard the king was teaming up with those subhumans. That's what got him killed. Yeah, that's right. If we need allies, I'll take flesh and blood Dayan humans over some fanged subhuman freak. Yeah. At least we know what we're getting. Trust your own kind. You people are insane. Where's the subhuman everyone's screaming about? Huzzah, the Toha vigilantes are here. Grab those guys and turn them over to the Dayan army. That will prove our allegiance and gain our village favor. Ha ha! If you want subhumans hunted down, I'm your man. Ike? Ranoff, are you alright? Why did you come back? Because some fool was going to lay here and get beaten to death instead of defending himself. Ah, Ike. What would you have me do? Gallia and Crimea have formed an alliance. I cannot jeopardize that by harming these people, no matter what ill they may bear me. Even if none of them care two figs for their own country? Even if. They're citizens of Crimea, after all. Well, I'm not Gallian, so there's no reason for me to hold anything back. Ike, listen to me. They think that you and I are allies. If you attack, it's no different than if I do it myself, so... Let me guess. You're telling me to avoid the Dayan pursuit, leave the town vigilantes alone, get to the docks as soon as possible, find a man named Nazir, and get everyone on his boat. Is that it? Exactly. I don't care what anybody else says. I think you're pretty bright. Alright, I'll play along. But mark my words, if they attack, heads will roll. What? Hey, that's not going to do us any good. Titania, Soren, get everyone together. We're getting out of here. A boatload of enemies in this harbor town. Alright, so let's rethink our strategy here. I like a little bit of I have a little bit of a rhyme and reason about how I like to deploy and redeploy my units. Alright. So with that settled, we're going to have to decide who's going to hang back and defeat all these foes. And who's going to go here. I think we'll go ahead and put Oscar in the vicinity to do that. Alright, looks good to me. Let's begin. Listen to me. Do not let a single Crimean soldier escape our grasp. Sweep the entire town. Arrest anyone suspicious. General McCoya. Sir, there's a group of vigilantes who want to help us. What shall I tell them? Very well. Let them do as they please. Yes, sir. Pardon me. Are you the commander of these forces? I am, and who are you? I'm captain of the boat you see moored there. My name is Nazir. I stopped by to accomplish some brief piece of business, but your soldiers are now preventing me from setting sail. I need to leave this place. I apologize for the inconvenience. However, we are trying to stop some Crimean soldiers from escaping. To that end, we need the cooperation of all citizens, ship captains included. My ship is a simple merchant vessel, sailing under the flag of the Begnion Empire. If I present such documentation, surely it will prove I have no ties whatsoever with Crimea. Under Dan rule, such Begnion papers are nothing more than fish wrap. Yet, you called yourself Nazir, correct? Protest too loudly, Nazir, and we may think you a Crimean sympathizer. If that were to happen, who knows what unfortunate fate might your simple merchant ship. I see. So be it. You there, soldier. Sir? Strengthen the watch on this ship. That man is up to something, I can feel it. No matter what happens, that ship must not be allowed to set sail. Burn her and sink her first. Yes, sir. Now then, where is our special guest? I'm right here, General McCoya. Oh, Sir Black Knight, I hope I didn't keep you waiting. No, I just arrived. Let us proceed. I would hear your report. There are no problems whatsoever. I've nothing to report, save the tedium of it all. The farther west we travel, the weaker the Crimean fighting spirit becomes. Each town displays less and less resistance. Now they literally throw wide open the gates at first sign of our approach. With duty as humdrum as this, I worry that my troops may become sloppy and lose their edge. As a fellow warrior, I can sympathize with your plight. I thank you for understanding. This town was not scheduled for subjugation until much later. Tell me, why are you here now? Yes, as to that, mere days ago, a castle that held Crimean prisoners of war was attacked, and the captives freed. The perpetrators were Crimean soldiers accompanied by subhumans. According to our intelligence reports, their trail led here. I see. The Princess of Crimea is said to have fled. The Princess of Crimea is said to have fled to Gallia. If we can capture this band, we may gain information on her location. Do you require my assistance? I thank you for your generous offer. However, if you were to enter the fray, it would be over in a twinkling. My men are starved for combat. I would beg your restraint, so that they may be allowed some entertainment. As you will. The field is yours. Turn your soldiers loose, and may their blades run red with glory. Your graciousness is greatly appreciated. Good luck, Ike. You'll be fine. As for me, I think I'll play a little game of cat and mouse with these damn fools. The Gallian subhuman. After him. Don't let him get away. Everyone, move out for the harbor. Try to avoid conflict with the local vigilante group if you can. Let's go. Alright, so we have a local vigilante group to the east here. We're not going to be going here, and we're not going to be visiting this village. In order to do so, you have to basically distract these vigilantes, because defeating them means that you're going to lack in some bonus EXP, and I would prefer to have bonus EXP than to defeat them. Zeake. He is another early game Myrmidon you get, and he's more typical of the early game Myrmidons you do get. Coming with a killing edge, kind of edgy himself. He's recruited by a couple of units I did not field, because I'm not recruiting him. I'm not going to the east in any way, shape, or form, so I figured that was probably the most prudent way of taking on things. Just leave it be and let it go. Alright, Titania, I think it is safe to put you here for the time being. And Oscar can go ahead and visit. Say, aren't you? You are! You're one of those Crimeans that the Daean soldiers are after, aren't you? Go on, get moving. I'll pretend I didn't see anything. Don't worry, just go. Wait a second. Here, take this with you instead. You got a Draco shield. Very much so appreciated. All right. Alright, so Boyd should be able to take on all of these units by himself and have zero problems doing so. So that's exactly what we're going to do, and call it a turn. Hey, are there really subhumans about? Oh yeah, no mistake about it. And they'll as soon kill you as look at you. Where are they? They're over there. Cunning beasts. We're just about to start flushing them out of hiding. I see. If you find one, be sure to give me a call. Har har, I like that guy. He came to our little town just for the chance to hunt subhumans. I'm not so sure that's why he came to this little town, my friend. And Titania gets a level off of somebody doing nothing to her. Pretty funny. Already level 7. Not gonna lie, I'm kind of surprised that this guy decided he was going to attack Ike instead of Mist, to be honest. She is far more frail, that's for sure. Alright, so the purpose of me putting Titania so far up, like I have done here, is not really to quote-unquote steal experience or steal these KOs, but to really do damage to that Armor Knight. And to draw in that bow, the Archer. Boyd should have no problem finishing these all off in one turn. And Oscar should have no problem dealing with all three of these units down here. They're not any good. Even on higher difficulties, they're not. They're supposed to be like the town's mercenaries or something. They're not the vigilantes. That would be the group on the east, but they are a separate group over there. Mercenaries and all. Okay, Titania, see, I didn't want you to steal KOs. That's why I gave you the Iron Axe. And then you just decide, huh, I'm going to crit everything. To phooey with you. I mean, it's somewhat okay. You can get easily overwhelmed with how many enemies there are over here if you don't play your cards right. So if she takes out one, we'll just call it at odds and leave it at that. Now, there is some pretty hilarious ways that you can trivialize this chapter, though. I've seen people play this chapter where they only take 2-3 turns, and they only have Ike and Marcia, and she literally can fly into zones that she cannot be reached, and it's pretty funny. Speedrun wise, this chapter is pretty awesome for that. I'll definitely not deny that. Yep. Alright, so Boyd did his job. Oscar's doing his job. And taking no damage all the while. Oscar is actually a pretty tanky Lance Knight. Or Knight in general. He's pretty good. I do like that about him. And a crit. Very nice. Very unneeded, but very nice. Okay. Let's go ahead and finish this guy off. Marcia definitely needs KOs, and she's going to get one here, and potentially more than enough EXP to level up. Definitely, I don't even know why I said potentially. Fairly respectable level. Speed is always welcome. Okay. Soren and his magic, just good at ripping through armor. It would be very interesting if there was kind of like an effectiveness of the magical tomes against armor, cavalry, and there already is against flying units, so. And that stems to all flying units. Defense, pretty interesting. You're not as much of a wet tissue paper now as you were before. I guess that's one thing you can say. Alright. I think an Armor Slayer use is worth just taking this guy out. And a level. Very nice. Armor Slayers look really good in this game too. Must say. Resistance. Very nice. Alright. We only have 2 more obstacles to take care of. I think Ike and Titania will more than be able to suffice. You don't fight very many thieves in this game. Gotta say that. And Ike just utterly throttled that guy. I believe next turn we'll go ahead and lure in the boss. One of the wonderful, amazing things about having a mounted healer is that after you heal, you can run away. And Volk in all his usefulness this chapter. Oh my gosh, are you really fighting Dan? Ooh, that's so brave. We've heard so many rumors about Crimea's defeat. That's why everyone in town acts like they do. No one has the courage to stand up to these fierce Daean warriors. That's kind of very understandable, you know? I mean, the entire Crimean military got steamrolled by another military in just a matter of weeks. There's not much townsfolk who aren't prepared, don't have weapons, and don't have the training can do. So I guess that's very reasonable. Everyone believes that if they just cooperate, life here will go on as it always has. Please, take this magic scroll. It was my brother's. He was murdered by the Daean army. Fight for him, too. Okay. Alright, we can take out one of these guys. At least be close to taking him out. Definitely don't want a healer mucking around. I could steal his staff, and that's a valid understanding, but we have well more than enough staves and healing. We don't need it. But stealing is definitely a worthy thing to do in this game concerning like money. If you want more money, more funds, it's definitely not something to neglect entirely. Alright. Heal up Ike. I have to use the steel axe to get rid of this guy. Wow, he hit a 31. That's literally like maybe 20 hit and true hit. Not very high chances. Oscar does need some speed. I've noticed that he has hardly ever doubled anything in this game so far. Not very much speed to speak of, that's for sure. Okay, now we just have to be very careful about putting somebody in the range of Makoya here. What we're going to want to do is damage him a bit, and we're going to want him to spend his entire movement range. Let's see. I don't want anybody to KO him, though. So what I'm guessing would probably be the best course of action for that is to use Oscar for the bait with a javelin. We'll just have to heal him up before said instance. Ah, that lance is quite good looking. Especially with Marcia, I think it's a perfect fit for her. I didn't even think to thematically make it. It's just how it happened. Alright, we need to move Ike out of the way. Let's go ahead and use the steel axe, rather. A little bit more hit would be appreciated. I would rather not miss. And that's a 0 point or worry. Alright, Titania, we'll move you on back. Heal up Oscar, and we're pretty well set. Oscar should totally avoid. Let's see. Yeah, he's got plus 20 avoid right now, and he's got high biorhythm, so he should not feasibly be hit by Makoya, but it really doesn't matter either way. He's not going to die, so. Nobody else but General Makoya can reach him. They're not fleeing. They're actually headed this way. It appears that we have underestimated the courage of our foe. You have greatly, Makoya. Greatly. Oh, what an unfortunate mess. Commander Har, awake. This is no time to be sleeping. A subhuman has been spotted. Come, let us join in the thrill of the hunt. Let's not. Even if we don't lift a finger, Makoya's pups will take care of everything. Battle glory awaits. Would you allow others to steal this chance from beneath your very nose? Yeah. Go entertain yourself, will you? Fight a soldier or lance a peasant or what you will. But for the love of flying, stop interrupting my sleep. Oh, you're such a... The fighting, wake me when it's done. That's it, I'm going myself. What? Jill, hold a moment. Yes, have you changed your mind? You'll wait here with the rest of us. We don't move unless we're attacked. That's the word from the top. Yep, that's the word from the top. Can't mess with that word. Alright. Ah, here we are tickling General Makoya. Oh, a miss. That's unfortunate. Are you the leader of this company? I am. You are the ones who freed the prisoners from our castle, were you not? And if we were? It appears my assessment was slightly inaccurate. I believed it to be the work of Crimean soldiers who had briefly regained their morale. Sorry to disappoint you. We're nothing but a simple company of mercenaries. Ha! Would you, by chance, would you be the same mercenaries giving succor to Princess Silencia? Enough talk. Move or die. So we were the ones guilty of miscalculation. How shameful, Your Excellency. The rest is up to you. Oh, come on, Ike. You weren't supposed to crit him. There's plenty of experience points to go around. I guess he got a good level, so, you know, can't complain. And a Master Seal. Very nice. Alright. Oscar needs healing again. Yeah, we'll just go ahead and waste that steel axe. All these men, And they're still having problems? Did I make a miscalculation? Ah, it's him! Ooh, a miss. I mean, he is using a sword after all. The weapon triangle does have a pretty decent effect in this game, so that's not impossible. Alright, so the Black Knight, we finally get to see the stats, the statistics, everything about this enigmatic being. And he pops up in Chapter 11, and let me just say, this is funny. There is nobody who could possibly have a hope or a prayer to defeat him, even with the right weaponry. Ah, a unique sword imbued with great hidden strength. Only the Black Knight can wield it. Quite powerful. Interestingly enough, not only can you not possibly defeat him at this point, he doesn't move. So he's not much of a threat, as long as you don't get into his range here. If you're not in his range, you have nothing to worry about. Now let's go ahead and hit this guy with a bit of range. Hopefully we actually hit this guy. Very good, Marsha. Very good. Almost a level. Let's see if we can give you one more before this chapter ends. Just a heal staff. How hilarious. We actually have to use the iron axe because the steel axe is just a damage short of KOing him in one hit. What a shame. And a bow. And we can finish him off with Mist. Pretty cool. I was not expecting that one. I did want to finish him off. I didn't think I'd have the power to do it at the current time, especially since Ike has to keep moving forward. But it worked out, so can't complain. Give this KO to our lovely Mia. Gotta use the Armor Slayer again. She needs a steel sword. I need to get rid of that slim sword, and I'm not exactly sure why she still has it. It's been a very long time since I've seen that critical. Alright. We should be able to arrive next turn. and waste this last steel axe use. Hopefully we can give this KO to Marsha, but she might not actually have the damage to do so. We'll find out. Ah, she doesn't have the range to. Never mind. Alright, before I move on in, let me go ahead and heal up one last time. Get a little EXP for Mist. Then we'll be finishing this guy off with Soren and arriving with Ike. Interestingly enough, you actually do not have to arrive with Ike. That's the interesting thing about this chapter, is that it's not a typical seize or even escape. It's arrive with anyone. I personally just do it with Ike because I guess it's just what I'm used to. Guess you could say that. Besides that, I had already set it up, so that's just how things roll sometimes. The mercenaries boarded the ship safely. Now, how to proceed? You're not impeding that ship. I won't allow it. One of Gallia's beast warriors. I've met you once before. Yes, at the castle near the Sea of Trees. From where I'm standing, we've actually met twice. Oh? I saw you that night, standing in the light of the full moon, the night you murdered Sir Grail. Ha ha ha, so you were the one traveling with the Beast King, eh? Interesting. By measuring his aid's strength, I will naturally learn more of the king's true power. Hate to tell you this, but my king is not to be measured against the likes of me. He is far beyond that. All the better. Now then, let us begin. I do love this battle scene. You actually get to witness the Black Knight fighting. No damage, and then he does a crit to Ranulf, which Ranulf would not actually survive. Why? Why do my attacks do nothing? You fight impressively. However, you are no match for me. What's this? Huh? Rise. Leave this to me. You were one of the prisoners. This knight will not raise his hand to me, correct? Go now, quickly. If you insist, I'll give proper thanks when next we meet. Very ominous. Commander Har, let us pursue the enemy ship. They are friends of the subhumans. We cannot allow them to escape. Ugh, that was a good nap. Well, looks like the fighting's over. Form up. It's time to withdraw. Commander. Listen to me, Jill. We're scheduled to return home tomorrow. If you were injured in a place like this, your Lord Father would not be pleased. It's because of my father that I must not return home empty-handed. I must have something to show him. Please. Simmer down, girl. The Black Knight has ordered us to withdraw. Would you ignore his word? That would be suicide, correct? So let's move out. Blast. My lord, Black Knight, a ship is departing. If we ready our own ship and set sail without delay, we can overtake it immediately. Listen to me, Dane General. You will withdraw from this place. I will not allow you to pursue that ship. Who are you supposed to be, fool? You've no idea who you're speaking to, do you? Gather your men. Withdraw. Yet we... I will not repeat myself. Do it now. Yes. Yes, at once. Are you sure that's true? Yes. You can ask these two for more details. The two of us were here representing the townsfolk. You say that a green-haired lass boarded that ship? Yes, she had a very noble bearing about her, and she was beautiful. Her name was Ellie? Ellen? They called her something like that. It's true, Princess Alencia. Ha ha ha, my luck has changed. All of us, all the townsfolk, are ready to cooperate in any way we can. If you would keep that in mind, believe me, I understand your loyalty. Well then, you there, come here. Yes, sir, right here. Get these two worms out of here. Find the hardest physical labor camp in this town, and get these fools started. Work 'em from dusk to dawn without stopping. Work 'em until they can no longer move. You got that? Yes, sir. Understood, sir. But that's... why would you? Stop your whining. How else am I to reward worms vile enough to sell their own princess to the enemy? Enjoy your payment, you greedy dastards. Our own princess? That's not... It can't be. It can't. No. My Lord Ike, how wonderful. I didn't think you were going to make it. I'm sorry to have worried you. Oh no, I'm just happy to see you well. So very happy. Whew. I doubt the enemy will pursue me this far. A warrior such as you wounded? Did a Bjork give you that bruise? Master Gifka. Ow. The king told me to come and check on you. Don't move. You're pretty banged up, but nothing appears to be broken. There's one among the Dayan army whose power is overwhelming. To move with such speed with all that armor, I tell you, it's not right. And now the king's forced to use you, his shadow warrior, to check up on me. Our ministers are as abstinent as ever. Obstinate. No matter what happens, they will not approve of an alliance with the Bjork. Nothing to be done about that. Every one of the older retainers has memories of Ligu's subordination. Even the king. If Princess Alencia were not King Raymond's orphan, I doubt he would be willing to aid her. Perhaps you're right. At any rate, the princess and the others are now safely at sea. And the watchdog? No signs of carelessness, I presume. Of course not. Even the elders will bend their ears to hear what that one says. That one is special, after all. And how do you see this? Princess Alencia's drive for the reconstruction of Crimea. Does she have a chance? Who can say? Which way the wheel turns depends on Ike and his mercenaries. Success and failure are but a hair removed. So this company, which has done nothing but flee, controls the fate of the kingdom? That's a dangerous gamble, isn't it? All gambles are dangerous, Master Gifka. But no mistake about it, Dayan's next target is Gallia. We must go home and prepare. Princess Crimea? Did she board the ship to Begnion, the remainder of Gawain's mercenaries? Yes. The hindrance that was Gawain is dead. The location of the medallion will soon be known. Has our worm worked itself into the group? It appears that our worm has been accepted as a trusted member of the company. All is going as planned. Now we let them swim as they please. There is one thing. I met someone unexpected at the harbor. Who? The Prime Minister of the Begnion Empire. What? Is that true? If he is nosing about, we must not make any mistakes. Did he give any indication he had caught on to our plans? That I do not know. He did tell me to deliver a message to you. Overreaching ambition invites disaster. Pah! Nonsense. Our only concern with the Princess of Crimea and the medallion. Our only concern is the Princess of Crimea and the medallion. We must wait and watch until such a time as we can strike. In the interim, I want you to take charge of the invasion of Gallia. Be smart. You must not allow Gallia to bring their full strength to bear. Understood? As you will. And a fair bit of bonus EXP. Awesome. Alright, that was Chapter 11, Blood Runs Red. I'll see you next time.